Madam President, members of the City Council, and all the citizens of Lafayette, it's my honor to deliver to you my State of the City address. I would like to begin with what I believe is most important, to thank all of our citizens who are committed, engaged, and the cornerstone of our community. I'd also like to thank the department heads, team members, other government units, Purdue University, and Ivy Tech for their collaborative efforts. We know that one of the main responsibilities of the Council is to ensure the wise use of our tax dollars and fiscal responsibility. I'm pleased to report that with all of us working together, we are doing just that. We continue to provide outstanding, cost-effective services and strive to meet the benchmarks for financial standards that the investment banking world and the bond rating firms require. As you've heard, the Governmental Finance Officers Association recommends that a city have a 15% emergency operating fund. Earlier this evening, you approved the ordinance that transferred $200,000 to our rainy day fund, bringing that total to just slightly over $4 million, representing about 10.5% in those types of emergency funds. This is a significant fact that because the rainy day fund, when my administration started in 2004, was at $11,200. Our cash operating balances have increased towards the levels recommended by the GFOA, and the city department's adherence to council-approved budgets and the improved operating efficiencies of all of our team members have produced sufficient cash balances. We also have $1.1 million in reserve in our edit funds. When you combine the rainy day fund with the edit reserve, we have $5.1 million in an emergency fund, which brings us to 13.8%. That is a significant accomplishment from where we started, and I'm ad-libbing here, but I really want to thank this council for your help in helping create this type of financial stability within our city government. Thank you very much. As this council and our community knows, our commitment to public safety never wavers, and that effort continues. The heroin and drug epidemic that is sweeping the United States continues to make headlines in large cities and small towns all across America. Back in September of 2015, we held a press conference to not only announce our initiatives, but to help start the community conversation, knowing full well that law enforcement cannot solve this problem alone, and the need for access to addiction services, mental health counseling, support from the medical community, and the community as a whole was critical. Since September, the Lafayette Police Department has worked diligently to implement those initiatives, as well as work beyond law enforcement to involve other local entities focused on crime prevention and neighborhood safety. Our take-home patrol car program has been implemented, and we currently have 42 vehicles in our neighborhoods. 16 of them have been achieved through the new program. We estimate over the next year we will add 6 patrol cars to that number and up to 11 in 2018 as officers come out of training. From a manpower standpoint, it has been a very busy 24 months, but very productive. The Lafayette Police Department is currently at full staff of 142 officers. This now allows 2 positions to be filled in the Street Crimes Unit, which made 118 arrests last year with just 5 members, and will now have 7 members in that unit. We have filled a vacant position in the Drug Task Force and filled the new position, and 2 additional officers will go to the Crime Prevention Unit. We discussed using the new state law regarding abandoned houses, and in February of 2016, the Lafayette Hearing Authority utilized that law to declare 7 properties abandoned. 5 of those properties then became eligible for abandoned property tax sale. Those 5 properties were certified to Tippecanoe County, and in October of 2016, the county conducted an abandoned property tax sale. All 5 properties were sold at that sale. The purchasers obtained a deed to the property at the time, and the new owners have been able to start cleanup and rehabilitation of those properties. If those properties had not been declared abandoned and had been sold at a traditional tax sale, purchasers would not even have received a deed until 2018. In January of 2017, we began the process again, seeking to declare 8 properties of those abandoned, 4 of which were declared. And after May 17th, if they're delinquents on their taxes, they will be eligible to be certified. The remaining properties were not declared abandoned because after receiving the notice, the city was seeking to declare those properties. Several property owners contacted the city. These owners advised they were taking steps to correct the deficiencies and make necessary repairs, and we are very pleased with that type of progress that we're making. We are now enforcing the maintenance portion of the Boca Code, and we have started in the Romick-Ellsworth neighborhood. The police department continued its efforts on community outreach, building relationships and empowering our citizens. Our Nextdoor platform continues to grow. We now reach 7,475 households, which represents 21% of all homes in Lafayette. And we now have 9,353 individual members. Officers are attending neighborhood meetings and interacting with community groups. At our training center, we offer the Citizens Police Academy, RAD for adults and kids, a junior police academy, and safety awareness classes for employees. Sergeant Scott Galloway and Lieutenant Brian Gossard hosted numerous community meetings and awareness classes, discussing a variety of topics and engaging with residents and neighborhoods on many levels. We also understand it's about people and opportunity. So the city partnered with Faith Church to develop the Hartford Hub in the Lincoln neighborhood, which has exceeded all of our expectations in reaching out to children and families, creating a new sense of community, hope, and opportunity. It's about the role the city is playing in developing the new YMCA on the Ivy Tech campus. It's about working with the new owners of Romney Meadows, formerly Claystone, to create a new community, and CDBG funds being used to establish a Head Start program at Romney Meadows to help the children, and working with Faith and several other agencies to create the new North End Community Center. Partnering with the Centennial Neighborhood Group, we removed a blighted city block and replaced it with new townhomes. We work closely with and help financially support Habitat for Humanity to create new homeownership opportunities. You recently saw us announce the partnership with Drury Incorporated to replace the Knights Inn with a beautiful new 7-story hotel, which is not only an economic benefit, but will solve some community safety concerns. I am pleased to inform the council that crime did decrease in Lafayette in 2016. We had a tremendous response from our citizens when we asked them to help be our eyes and ears and help us to engage with us to make our community safer. And the outpouring of support was remarkable and impactful. Property crimes were down in every category, and there were 315 less incidents, which was a 9% decrease. Crimes against a person, or what we call violent crimes, were down in every category except robbery. There were 81 less incidents, which was a 20% decrease. The total number of incidents of crimes overall were down by 396, representing an 11% decrease in crime overall. This is good news, but we know we have significant work ahead of us. Yet, we do believe that with the support and response from the community, the initiatives we are implementing, and the community discussion on increasing access to addiction and mental health services, we are doing the right things and moving in the right direction. The Lafayette Fire Department continues on a very positive path. As you know, we implemented a 7-year apparatus replacement plan, and I wanted to bring you up to date on where we are. In 2013, we purchased a new Pierce engine. In 2014, a Pierce 102-foot aerial ladder truck. In 2016, a Marion squad truck. And in 2017, we will receive an additional new Pierce engine. We have purchased 8 new thermal imaging cameras over the last 3 years, and we recently upgraded 140 radios to a new digital format. In addition, we replaced all the MSA self-contained breathing apparatus with the most advanced technology system available. The Lafayette Fire Department also improved their ISO rating from a 3 to a 2. The scale that is used is 1 to 10, with 1 being the best score. And I want to put that in perspective for you. There were 48,000 fire departments rated. Only 132 of those received a 1, and only 1,059 received a 2 out of the 48,000. That puts LFD in the top 0.023% of all fire departments in the United States. That is phenomenal and has a very real benefit of affecting insurance rates in a positive way for our citizens and our businesses in our community. 2016 was another year of preserving and expanding our infrastructure. The northern and southern phases of Sagamore Parkway were completed, along with improvements to Greenbush Street, the Myers Bridge, renovations to Reilly Plaza, and South 18th Street. 4 miles of roads in our neighborhoods were paved. We also completed renovations to the Long Center and improvements to the city parking garage. Our main project, Downtown Streetscape, will be finished in the spring. The new Mark building continues to take shape, and in 2016 we broke ground on our first major project through the Wabash River Enhancement Corporation, our Riverfront Promenade, which was made possible by a generous grant from North Central Health Services. We are also nearing full installation of our bicentennial art piece at 2nd and Main. Improvements were made on Memorial Island, and the installation of a monument to honor the veterans from the Vietnam War was completed last summer. We thank everyone who helped make that possible. Loeb Stadium hosted the first season of the Lafayette Aviators, which was a huge success. We opened and completely renovated an expanded park in Sterling Heights and created new pickleball courts at McCall. And with the recent completion of several projects, the city now has slightly over 26 miles of paved trails. 2016 was another strong year for economic development. SIA completed the hiring of the 1,200 new associates. GE started their new maintenance, repair, and overhaul project, and the first new engines were shipped. Sonoa America Incorporated, an SIA supplier, opened a facility in Lafayette. Arconic, formerly Alcoa, announced they would be adding a new $30 million press and hiring 26 new employees. Passageways announced the hiring of 25 new employees in their downtown location here in Lafayette. Caterpillar Logistics started construction on their new facility, and Alorica also announced the hiring of new associates. The City of Lafayette supported workforce development efforts through Greater Lafayette Commerce, including a talent attraction strategy focusing on veterans, a manufacturing expo that focused on careers and manufacturing processes, which was attended by 600 middle and high school students, and manufacturing tours, which was attended by 700 students. Our engineering department processed 2,364 permits, which was a record number. The total capital investment for our area was approximately $600 million. The good news is we're starting off 2017 in a very positive way. The third and final phase of Sagamore Parkway is out to bid. The Brown Street CSO project and the 4.7 million gallon underground storage tank will begin this year. We will continue work on Memorial Island and install a new playground at McCall, and planning continues for the new stadium. Together, and I stress that, together we continue to move Lafayette forward. We are financially stable. Crime is down. Economic development is strong. Private investment is strong. We continue to provide outstanding city services. Our school corporation is growing. And most importantly, our citizens are engaged and committed. And because of the unwavering commitment of our community members, our future here in Lafayette is very bright. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for an excellent report, and we have lots of things to be proud of, and Lafayette is truly a great community to live in. Thank you.